All right, all right. Hi, guys. I'm so sorry that we had to break this into three parts today. It was a lot of different beautiful donations. I didn't expect so many, and so I appreciate you guys being so just understanding as I was able to get these videos out in three segments today instead of one massive one. So it's this last segment. We have our final group of individuals. So numbers 29 through number, it's actually 29 through 30. I'm sorry, I was thinking I had 40. I I think I'm actually adding one person in on accident also, but I don't care. I'd rather do more than less and make a mistake. So we are starting out with number 29, which is Jessie Taft. So do remember that I am a fictional storyteller. So these will always, of course, be fictional, fun, and these are just like I call them my one card pulls. It's just kind of a fun storytelling specifically for each character, and I consider this to be the message from the cosmos. But this one is going to be for Jessie Taft, and our time on this one is 42 seconds. All right, so Jessie Taft, my dear, let's go ahead and see what is the message here. What is the message from the cosmos? And I always say it's like a one card pull, but really I kind of need a couple, I always find. So we have a Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be a message of, all right, if something doesn't smell right, maybe it's not. But this also says there can be a reason that somebody's not being 100% on the up and up. This could be because of pride, to save face. We have all of these military insignias. It's like somebody wants to appear maybe like a hero, and so maybe they embellish. I would almost argue that there are different varieties of lies out there. You know, is it a like a tall tale? Is yes, it's a lie, but it's intended to entertain. A white lie is still a lie, but it's intended to avoid hurting one's feelings. Um, a, an exaggeration, yes, it still is a lie, but it kind of is oftentimes done just because of the natural tendency of the individual relating the message. So there are different ways to look at Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is lies and is running away, but we do have to consider the context, is what this suggests. And we have the World card with this fertility statue on it, and it ended up sideways. So we have, I would almost say, we have exactly that contemplation like, what was the person's reason for perhaps not being 100% transparent? If this is the way somebody operates, or is this a one off? Or is this a part of their natural vernacular? And I think somebody is trying to decide, do I give them another opportunity? Is there still like, with the fertility goddess being there, this could be somebody who is lying about their virility even, or it could be a character who's trying to contemplate what is true in this big thing that we call the world. What, we'll hear a million different points of perspective, and sometimes the point of perspective is so contradicting that it seems like a lie, but in fact maybe it's that kind of like a cultural explanation of an experience could come from so many different sources that there is contradiction. So I could look at this in like a macro or a micro scale message, trying to figure out what is absolute finite truth so that then we can move forward with the facts seems to be the conundrum here. And we have the Woman of Cups. I think if a character is trying to figure out the truth of something, what is true? Did this person tell me the truth? Is the social or the entire society, is society telling the truth? It almost says for a character to come from a place of warmth and understanding, and that might help them to determine whether or not, if we need to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, and say, okay, is this one time that they weren't 100% honest, or is this the way they are? Is it malicious? There's a way where I think our character is kind of being encouraged to continue to seek truth, of course, but also to operate with like that broad view of compassion and understanding. All of this says that the truth will come out as the days pass anyway. Because if somebody's not being 100% honest, We're going to find out anyway. We see the dinosaur. We have the past coming back to haunt us, even in the future. And with the Boy of Discs, this would be like the Knight of Pentacles. And we see somebody who was like playing baseball. They were, obviously, if you play a sport, you're playing to win. I will say this: whomever might have told a bit of a whopper to our character, this is almost leaning toward it being like our character's trying to decide, were they trying to make themselves look like they're in a better light? Was it kind of, it's like bragging about the big fish that we caught. I'm not saying that this person was trying to play games. I'm saying that they were trying to go for the win. Maybe this person over-exaggerated their own skill set or prowess or something. And perhaps this will come back around, and in the future, our character will have a very strong understanding of this person's insecurities and maybe why something was exaggerated. It just says that determining if something was a malicious lie or not is step one. But then if it's determined that that's perhaps not the case, then it still becomes, yes, but do I want to tolerate somebody that doesn't tell the full truth? And then it kind of gives us that perspective that perhaps there's lots of ways, little and big ways, that we all stretch the truth sometimes, and to look with a compassionate set of eyes and then determine as time passes and we get a chance to know this character a little bit better, then we can put it more in context. It's just the encouragement to pass judgment with compassion, I suppose, and pass judgment and seek truth with that open-hearted energy, so we can make sure to not misjudge. That's I guess what the message is. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much again, Jessie. All right, so next up, number 30 is Katrina-lael. So Katrina, and you gifted one to LMC, and I'll do that one for LMC right after yours, okay? Sorry, I'm so sorry. I've been talking all day, and I knew I was going to push it a little bit today, but that's okay. All right, so Katrina coming in at 642. We have got the Two of Cups, but the Devil. Okay, so message from the universe says, and we got these two unicorns who found each other. Yes, they're a little bit different. Yes, their coloring is different. They could even be saying that no matter how similar we are, we're still not the same person, right? My lungs can't breathe for somebody else. And so if there is an overly romanticized perspective of what a Two of Cups should be, that could lead to, almost like expecting too much and becoming like a sense of desperation. But if we look at something where no matter how similar we are still separate entities, that might help address a really powerful need to like hold on really tight. We have an Emperor, we have a Knight of Cups, we have the Strength card, and we have the Ace of Swords. Again, with this image of holding something that's meant to fly free, holding it down, it needs to be cut loose. It feels to me, and this is not to suggest that our lead character is somehow trying to, attach too powerfully to someone, because it's like, but I found the best thing ever. I want this person, so I don't want to let him go. And now it's making me toxic. It's not that exactly. It's more along the lines of giving a powerful, I'm trying to look for a word because I don't want to explain this necessarily as like a couple. If we had, let's put it in this way. Even a computer, when it's working, it gets hot. And so we kind of, bigger computers tend to be in, whole rooms that have specialized, controlling, air units, air conditioning, so that the computers don't overheat. Giving everything, even something spicy and something that's working good, a little bit of cooling is a good idea. A little bit of space to breathe, a little bit of, needs to air out a little. And it says that we have a very serious, powerful, and meaningful connection. And there is a lot of love, but if love becomes something that we already have something wonderful, but if we're constantly worried that, but what if it doesn't stay this wonderful? It's almost like we're diminishing what it already is by being worried that it could be lost, because we go from an Emperor and then we downgrade it to the Knight of Cups. Instead, to stand in full personal power and say, oh no, I know without a doubt, I am confident about the way I feel. I'm confident about the fact that I'm a catch. I'm confident about the fact that what is mine is going to want to be with me anyway. So I don't have to feel like distance or space is somehow going to crush a really beautiful relationship. This could, apply to, say it's a long distance relationship and it's like, oh, I'm so worried that that's going to destroy this connection, because and I think it's an understandable concern to have, but this says, but if our character is encouraged to just stand in their power, that I know how my feelings are, I'm not even going to entertain the idea that I have to worry about losing something, because if it could be lost that easy, I don't want it anyway. But I think something is strong and powerful. I know how I feel about something. I'm not even going to let a concern get in my head. I don't need to hold on to something to make sure that it's mine. Anything that's going to be mine will choose me openly and freely. And I think that's that reassuring message that, I mean, come on, they're a unicorn too. They're a 1 in a billion. Who would want to lose their unicorn? Our character doesn't have to worry about what if this person isn't going to want me. They're my unicorn. Well, guess what, darling? This character is a unicorn as well. 1 in a billion, So it just puts a really positive spin on the fact that this character doesn't have to worry whether or not they're good enough or whether or not someone will, feel the same way about them. They're a unicorn too. So it's a good reminder to remember how special each individual really is. It's a lot of confidence in that one. I liked it. All right, next up, LMC coming in at 1147. All right, so the message for LMC, let's see if we get a different one than we got before. I'm going to go with what I think is probably going to be a different deck. I don't actually remember which one I used, LMC, but let's see. Oof, okay, we got 3. I'm telling you, 3 is like the magic number tonight. Okay, we have a King of Pentacles. I can't recall. Did we get a King of Pentacles? Somebody did. I know that. But we have a King of Pentacles. We have the Fool. And we have the 2 of Wands. Excuse me, 2 of Wands. 2 of Pentacles. I'm looking right at round discs and calling them wands. This, to me, is a message that says, well, first off, we start out with something dominating our vision, right? Which is this solid elk standing right there in front of us. And that represents, in this case, like this divine masculine. It doesn't have to be masculine, but it's definitely, someone of intent, someone who projects forward. This could be a boss. This could be any kind of opportunity that a character would actually want, an opportunity for a ton of stability. This looks like, because a character is feeling very stable, they have the energy and the courage and the self-confidence to literally just jump forward, to take a leap. Now, when we couple it, though, with the 2 of Pentacles, we have an indecisive energy. We have somebody not so sure that they want to take the leap. By the way, we do have Capricorn over here off to the side, and we got a couple of guides. It's like she's sitting on the fence and she's weighing everything. Everything. Do I want to make changes in my plans because someone else wants to take a leap toward me? I do think it's a nice reminder that in no way, shape, or form does someone have to say yes just because someone else knows what they want to do. And I would argue that that's probably the strongest message here. No matter how wonderful an offer is, no matter how serious somebody is about coming forward, making that, like, here I am, I want to give you the world. Just because what they have to offer is amazing doesn't mean our other character has to say yes. And if they do want to say yes, it still doesn't mean that they have to instantly free fall the exact same way. We got the Five of Pentacles. We also have the King of Cups. Because we already had the balancing act here, and now we have two different kings showing up. But one is offering a ton, and the other one seems to be associated with a sense of loss. Sorry, I knew Aries was going to do that. There's all kind of racket of noise. I don't know where it's coming from right now, but he knows this is it. I feel like this character is trying to decide between two different scenarios, but it almost looks like there's no contest, right? If one area is a place of lack and one area is a place of tremendous abundance, then it boils down to a matter of what our character's heart wants. It's not maybe going to be able to be a logical decision, because logic would say, well, this one. But if our character is uncertain because of their emotions, then logic probably won't help them. This is an emotional based decision. Who we care about or who we want to spend time with or who we feel more drawn to becomes an emotional decision. The only thing I would mention on this, because that sense of lack is here, is that pity does not factor in to the decision that our character makes. Because doing something out of pity might cloud the real question, which is, what do I want to do? So I think that's the one message on here that needs to be brought to light. If our character has to make a decision between this or that, and it's their choice, it's about, what does my heart want? But is my heart saying I want to do this because it's what I want? Or is my heart saying it because I'm like, but I feel so bad if I don't do this for that person? Because again, that might not be the best, most balanced way to approach it. So I don't know, I think it's a good way to break down maybe a thought process. My love, you did very good. You did excellent. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. You did wonderful. You're a good protector. My dog expects recognition. And I thought he was just good. I thought he'd known that he'd done good, but he needed a little bit more. All right, now you go rest. You did very well. Excellent job. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Next up, Sierra Clark, coming in at 17:15. Hi, you did good. Go rest, my love. All right, so Sierra, I've got a hot little dog breath huffing and puffing around my elbow and kneecap here, and he's demanding more pets. Okay, excuse me, Sierra. I'll reset your time so you don't have to watch me cuddle my pup, but you good boy of mine. Okay, go play or go rest. Yes, go rest. 17:49. All right, so Sierra, here we go. What is our message from the universe for Sierra? We've got temperance, Sag energy. I always think of Mexico, and I think of reggae music, and I think of vacationing, and I think of this reminds me more of like Chichen Itza or the temple at Koba. No, don't knock that down. Don't do that. Little devil. We have the Queen of Cups as well. So to have balanced energy, to have loving energy, this almost says maybe our character does need to take a little vacay, but most importantly, to be calm and at peace and use their emotions as a huge advantage that emotions really are. Love is such a beautiful thing, and that's such a lovely strength that our character possesses. They have love in their heart. Love is possibly this character's, look at this, Two of Pentacles. This Two of Pentacles always makes me think that it should be a Two of Cups. But I feel like this character, like one of their best attributes for this character is how warm and loving they are, how much they can connect with others. I feel like this person's very good at finding those kindred souls, those kindred spirits. I feel like this character is amazing at connecting with others in a way that like they can really identify the humanity in another person. Maybe they do fall in love with not necessarily, it's not like they have a piece of paper that says, okay, this, somebody has to meet all these benchmarks before I can love them. This person's like, are you kidding me? My heart leads the way at all times. And I find the people that at some bone deep level match with me and I match with them. We may not match on paper, we may speak different languages, we may have nothing else in common, but I know this energy of this fellow human being matches my own. I think that is actually a superpower that this character has, not something to be ashamed of. I mean, what, who at the end of their lifespan is going to be like, damn, I sure wish I hadn't, loved. I sure wish I hadn't been kind. I sure wish I hadn't identified with other human beings and connected with them. Like, who's going to be sorry that they did that? Right? What we regret is the times we weren't open enough. This person may be like their vulnerability is actually their strength. But it does say with this 10 of Swords that this character also, there is a flip side to this, which is to love and to experience those connections doesn't mean that they last forever. This character may have to detach from people many, many, many times in their life simply because when they have this much of a heart, when they have this ability to connect with people, and they don't have such a rigorous, list of things that people must be in order for this character to like really identify with them and connect, it means they could probably make more connections with more people. But the more people we know, the more life pulls us apart, or the more chances we have to, not be able to hang out with all the people we know, just because of the sheer volume of people we care about. So relationships will end, situations will end, and this character will find themselves being drawn to other kindred souls. But again, it doesn't look like that's a negative. It looks like that's a strong positive for this character. It's one of the most beautiful attributes they have. But unfortunately, with every gift maybe comes, a downside or a responsibility. And in this case, it is to just acknowledge that if this is their superpower, that they can love deeply and that they can connect profoundly, they will also have to endure situations that won't work out. And is that a tragedy? No, but it does mean that there will be cycles that they'll go through with different people. And I think, if anything, this feels very like it kind of makes it like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. The same way we don't cry when summer is over and certain flowers are, going to lose their petals. And now it's the time for the leaves on the trees to look beautiful. Then eventually fall ends and the leaves in the trees are gone. And now it's time to see the snow. And, it's like every season brings something different. That's what I would say this message is. Actually, I love that one, Sierra. That was a really nice one. All right. Next up, I have Samuel's Tarot, and this is courtesy of Yale. So coming in at 2235. All right, Sam, let's see what we get for you, my dear. Let's go with this deck. Actually, I haven't used this one yet. As long as I can get the whole deck. Yes. Okay, good. I don't want to leave any cards behind or it won't be fair. All right. What is the message from the cosmos for Sam? Six of Wands in the reverse. So we do have some kind of, the universe is saying when something doesn't feel like it's going in our favor, when we don't feel very heroic about something, maybe it's time to change the way we think about it. We've got a King of Cups here that talks about, my love, no, you go rest now. You had everything you need. You go rest for a few minutes. Mama will be done soon. The fact that we have a lack of energy or come here. We just got in from a very long, like an hour of intense activity and ball chasing and running. What do you need? Can you wait a few minutes? I think you can. Mm-hmm. He has his water. He's had his dinner. He's had everything. I can't believe I'm going to have to turn this into a part 4, but I feel it coming. If this message is full of disruption, and it is, the disruption could play a role in this as well. Why is our character being disrupted in what should be positive energy, right? Why do we start out with I don't think this is going to go well? My love, come here. Okay. I have to pick up. I don't want to interrupt you so much. This isn't fair. I will come back in and I'll do another part for you. We'll probably do a whole reshuffle because this has been so heavily interrupted. I'm sorry, you guys. I having a dog like a blue heeler, they're very different. Sam's, Wells tarot, I will do right by you, okay? But forgive me, I have to attend to my furry child at the moment. All right, I'll be back.